What's your name?
Margaret.
And where do you come from?
From England, Peterborough.
Oh, nice. And tell us what you're cooking today.
I'm making toad in the hole,
And
which
what?
is sausages in batter.
Excellent.
And my grandma used to make it, my mum made it,
Okay.
and my son, who lives in England, when I was Skyping him, he told me he was having toad in the hole that night.
So it's actually, is that fourth generation passing down the recipe?
Passing down the
Oh, that's
recipe,
really
yeah.
great.
Yes.
Run us through what you start with first.
Well, I've done the potatoes,
Mm-hmm.
and then I mash them with butter and a little milk till they're nice and creamy.
Excellent.
And I steam the veggies.
Yes.
Steam the veggies. Now the pudding, I use a cup of flour plain.
Mm-hmm.
The milk is 2/3 of a cup of milk and 1/3 of a cup of water.
Okay.
And then we add 2 eggs, lightly beaten, and a good pinch of salt.
That's a good pinch of salt.
And then you just make it to a consistency. When it's all, and you give it a good beat. Beat it really well till it's smooth. Sometimes when you do it, you need if it's a bit thick, you might put more milk in to just thin it down a little bit.
So this seems like a very economical dish.
Yes, sausages aren't dear, and it's mostly what you cook, you've got in the fridge, the freezer anyway, so when you're giving it a good beat, the sausages have already been pre-cooked and they're in the oven, because the fat you're going to pour it into has to be sizzling hot.
So oven is better than frying.
Oh yes.
Yes, right.
I half cook the sausages,
Yep.
and then I add the more oil and let the fat get really, it must be really, really hot, sizzling.
Oh, okay.
And then you just beat the batter. Pour it in, and then back in the oven for 15 or 20 minutes in a very hot oven.
Okay.
About 220 or 240. We've already done one beforehand, and that's how it comes out, with a nice gravy on it.
And would you have tomato sauce?
No,
Never.
never. And when my youngest son rings me, how about dinner tonight or tomorrow night? And I'll say to him, okay, what would you like? And I get one word back, toad. I know he wants toad in the hole.
So it's definitely a family favourite.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes. Through the war years, we sort of had to do and mend a bit. But Mum always cooked lovely meals. And but you know, meat and that was a bit scarce, but as long as Dad had the meat, we were happy with the gravy.
Yeah.
And she'd make, you know, I mean, it sounds horrible, but she'd make a bowl of rice, and then we could have it with, you could have jam on it, or butter and sugar, and or just milk, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, see, in those days, they made a lot of steamed puddings. I mean, Mum used to make steamed meat and potato in a basin, and the pastry, and it was sort of white and damp, but it was so delicious. And or you could put fruit in it. And I mean, she also made steamed puddings with jam in or treacle in the bottom.
Well, thanks for sharing that with us.
That's all right. It's a pleasure.
That's really great to hear about your culture, which is English,
Yes.
and toad in a hole,
Yes.
and it looks delicious. 4th generation recipe.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I mean, it's been going for years.
Oh, thank you.
That's all right. It's a pleasure.